Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Psychosap and this is episode 3, the Australian Grand Prix. Now I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have been struggling all weekend with this track. It is not the best fit for me on a controller, and so I have been using the medium traction control setting and the racing line throughout the weekend. I've also been using a soft suspension setup to absorb all of the vibrations of the curbs on this track. Now here we are, the first run on a fresh set of softs. It was a decent lap, but something that I wouldn't be too proud of. And there we go. So that's P7, and I'm pretty sure by the end of quali, we're gonna see it drop all the way down to 15th. So we're gonna have to go out again on another set of fresh softs, and we can see how it goes from there. So we're gonna try and push as much as possible this lap, push the limits of the car, and see how far of a better lap we can get. So here we are then. I do not believe what a good lap this has been so far. I'm sure I could have gained a lot more on some corners. I am literally 1 second up on my time, and there we go, fastest third sector as well, and that's a P4. I'm quite happy with this time. I was expecting it to be much worse.
Welcome to Melbourne. You can hear the roar of the crowd out there, which can only mean one thing. Race day is upon us. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are three main things to worry about there, Crofty: positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Max Verstappen put in a...
Let's prepare the car then. Keep the fuel limit as low as possible. Keep it at just about 15.5 laps, 28 kilos. So here we are then, 5 red lights in the Australian Grand Prix, and it's lights out and away we go. I've had a pretty bad start then. Let's see if we can get any closer towards the turn 1. It's not a very good overtaking zone. Oh, that's a little too close. I didn't have enough space to fit through there beside the Mercedes. But let's see if we can keep it going. I am assuming that the cars behind me will be able to catch up eventually, push for a position as well. Because like I said earlier in this video, I am not the best at pace in Australia. I've also been struggling with track limits the entire weekend. I've been dipping into the grass. I mean, at this point I would just call myself like Michael Grass Cutter or something, but this is bad. This track has been so far so bad. But there we go, Lando Norris does make a move, and I think he will be able to make it stick, because I do not have the pace in those softs to get back at him. 5 laps down, and I think I will have to pit very soon. Here it is, lap 8. I think a pretty neat time to go in for a pit stop. You can see Alonso also coming in for a pit, and a bunch of cars actually. We can see a car train coming into the pits right now. Let's hope we can have a good, decent stop, try and get ahead of all those guys behind me. And I think the move's done. Oh! Sainz has crashed. What happened there? Let's take a look. Sainz is coming in. Oh! So Sainz has actually rear-ended the Alpine coming out of the pits. Alright, safety car deployed. So here we go. This is the first safety car of the season so far, and I totally understand what the drivers in real life keep complaining about behind the safety car. It is just so massively slow that I nearly rear-ended the cars in front of me multiple times over the 3 laps behind the safety car. Okay then, safety car in this lap, lap 11, we will start racing lap 12. I am still comparatively new to the game and I haven't really mastered the art of restarting behind the safety car. But let's see, I still haven't had the chance of leading the safety car restart, but that was a very bad restart there. I nearly spun the car, but let's see how it goes now. We do have a fresh set of mediums right now, and I think I can go ahead and challenge some of these cars ahead. See if I can gain at least one position, get up there into P6. That'll be a solid race for me. So here we are, we're trying to make a move on Gasly. Didn't quite get it right there, but this time around I think we can get closer. And have you gotten past? Yes, we have gotten past a full car's length. That was a pretty clean move there. I wasn't too bad there. So I think Gasly still has the pace to be able to get back at me. Oh, next up we have Ricciardo, and I'm getting ever so close to him right there at the back. Let's try and get a move done with DRS. We are still just about ahead, and we are passing. That was a very good move. So next lap, 14, Ricciardo has closed the gap again. He is challenging for a repass, get back that P5. Can he make it stick just like I did on the pit straight? Can he make it? He is just about ahead, and oh, and there's contact, and he spins. We're gonna have to review that later to see whose fault exactly it was, but we can see Ocon here. He seems to have some sort of trouble with his car. Mechanical issue, maybe we can see some smoke coming out of his engine. He's probably gonna retire, cause a VSC maybe. There he goes, then retiring the car, but we didn't even get a yellow flag. There it is then, struggling again with track limits, dipping the wheel into the gas. And I go ever so wide there, it's going to affect me so much. Gasly side by side, can he make a move? Oh, there's another spin. Let's take a look back at that. This has happened twice now, and I don't want to make it a habit. So let's see, Gasly is side by side, but a little confusing. I think it was my corner because Gasly had initially thought he's going to get ahead, but then he stopped and let me go ahead. But I don't know what just happened there, but it was a little confusing. But at the end, there we go, we have P5. Ahead we have P2, we have Verstappen. Hamilton of course wins the race. 77, Bottas P3, Lando Norris, and then P5, Sergio Perez. Of course this wasn't as good as the race as the previous two, Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, where I grabbed consecutive P2 podiums. But of course, if you guys haven't checked those videos out yet, do check them out because they were fantastic races. And of course, we'll see you again in round 4. And with that, if you enjoyed the video, do drop a like and share the video with your friends. And check out these other videos. I'll see you in the next one.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.